What's up guys, Qortal Justin here, back with another video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the differences between Qortal and most other Web3 projects. Let's get into it. So we're going to divide this video into three main sections: the coin value, decentralization, and the launch model. So first off, the coin value. Qortal's coin is called QORT, and its value is based entirely on utility. When we say that, we mean that because it powers the Qortal blockchain and it allows it to go from being an alternative internet to a parallel economy. This happens through Qortal's very own Q apps, which rely on QORT to be able to make transactions, to allow the buying of selling of goods and services, to be able to raise funds on Q Fund, to be able to buy assets on Q Assets, and the list goes on. In reality, the possibilities are endless for the amount of QORT that could be circulated on Q apps and the ways they could be created therein. As for other Web3 projects, well, the coin or token value from those projects relies on one thing alone: speculation. That's right, most Web3 projects launch coins and tokens with one objective in mind: to make money. That's it. There's no real utility behind these tokens. In reality, they're just launched for insider trading to then be resold when they're near the top of the price value. This is also known as a pump and dump scheme, right? Most Web3 projects fall into this trap, but Qortal does not. Now let's take a look at decentralization. Qortal fully embraces the word decentralization because it is 100% decentralized. It is also fully decoupled from the normal internet, with your only tie to the normal internet being your internet service provider. Qortal has no centralized nodes, no big tech gatekeepers, and no middlemen whatsoever. It is entirely peer-to-peer, meaning when you're trading data between users within Qortal, the data goes from one user to the other with no middlemen and no censorship, hacking, or snooping possible. Other Web3 projects, they cannot say the same. The two big names that come to mind are Ethereum and Solana, which in reality are only partially decentralized. They rely on big tech servers such as AWS or Google Cloud to be able to validate transactions, since not many people are running full nodes on those blockchains. In reality, only those with a lot of money or a lot of complex technical savviness can run nodes. For the average Joe, it's just not possible. And this makes it that it's not very decentralized, with a lot of centralized points of failure. And lastly, we have the launch model. Qortal's coin, QORT, was launched fairly, with no initial coin offering, no pre-mine, and no VC backing either. When Qortal was launched back in June 2020, the initial block is also the time that the first QORT was minted. Therefore, Qortal really stuck to the Web3 fundamentals of a fair launch. Other Web3 projects, they do not stick to those fundamentals at all. They are launched with ICOs, VC backing, extreme liquidity pumped in right off the bat, and a lot of insider trading. This happens because these tokens are launched when people launching them know they're going to be launched. They're already holding on to a lot of the token or coin itself. And when they're ready to sell, well, they just dump it, and the price goes crumbling down, and a lot of people lose money. Hence, once again, the reason for the pump and dump scheme being so rampant in the Web3 space. This is not at all a fair launch, and in reality has turned Web3 into a sort of casino-like structure where only the very few at the top make some money. This is not the point of Web3, which only exists to solve the problems of the normal internet. And let's be honest, there's only one blockchain capable of doing that: Qortal. And we saw why. Because its coin value is based on utility alone, because it fully embraces the virtues of decentralization, and because it was launched fairly with no insider trading and a fair launch sticking to the Web3 fundamentals. Therefore, now's the time to get into Qortal and launch your next Q app if you're a developer, or spread the word if you're a marketer, or start using it to reclaim control of your data if you're a normal user. So check it out today. Visit Qortal.dev, download it by going to the download section, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do with Qortal. I'll see you online.